It sure is hot today. But not as hot as these figures right here. Hello everyone, I hope you are surviving in this summer heat. Me personally not so much, but that doesn't matter. Today we are unboxing some Homura figures. All of these figures will be summer beach themed, which is perfect for a hot summer day. We will be opening 4 figures in total. Most of them are old releases, except for one of them. You can probably assume which of them is new. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this summer party started. Let's start with the most recent release. Here is her box. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. I will put somewhere on the screen the artwork that this figure is based on. On top it says that this figure is from Magia Record Side Story. I didn't finish Magia Record, but I don't even know if this SWIMSUIT Homura makes an appearance in the show. With this release we only got Homura and Madoka. On the sides we have a picture of Homura surrounded by bubbles. And on the bottom there is a lot of text, probably about the manufacturer and stuff. This figure manufacturer is Konami. They mostly release arcade price figures. I don't own any figures from them, so hopefully the quality will be okay. She was released in March of 2026, but we got her promo pictures last year, and ever since I was super excited to order her. She comes protected in standard plastic blister packaging, which I am happy for. If you don't know, some of the older price figures come just in some cardboard and that's it. Also, when I first saw her, I thought maybe it's her summer outfit in some game, but I don't think that's the case. The only Madoka Magica game I play is Etc. And we recently got Homura's summer version character. Would be nice if they would make a figure of her in that outfit, since it's super cute. Now back to the figure. She is definitely bigger than expected. Her eyes are really beautiful. But I can already spot a little mold mark on her hair. She comes with her fishing rod, or at least I think it's a fishing rod. It has a little cubei as bait, which is such a nice detail. I love it. Since cubei can regenerate, it's like infinite fishing bait. I wonder how cubei tastes like. And of course she needs a base to stand on, which is simple purple color. Let's assemble her. On the fishing rod there is this little notch mark, so I think it's so it stays securely in her hand. After I inserted the rod into her hand, I thought the notch mark has to be on the outside. But then the cubei's face is not visible at all. So the proper way is so that the notch goes inside her hand, so that it's hidden, then the cubei is visible from the front. She is pretty well secured on the base, even though she is secured with only one leg. Now to our second SWIMSUIT Homura. She is the oldest figure in today's video. She was released in 2011, which was 15 years ago. On the right side, we see the front view of the figure. On the left side, we have an amazing back view. And on the back there is information about the extra parts that come with this figure. On the bottom is the usual information, and on top we have some dust with Madoka Magica logo and the series name Beach Queens. She was manufactured by Wave. Back in the day, they were the only ones who released anime figures in their swimsuits. And that line was called Beach Queens. I think they are trying to bring that Beach Queen line back. After the struggle, we managed to open her up. If she was released in 2011, does that mean when opening her, we inhaled 15-year-old air? She also comes similarly protected in blister packaging as the previous figure. Her base should depict sand, which I think looks okay. It's even rough like real sand. Here is the first look at her. She looks so adorable, but not perfect. She has a mark on her belly, which is not ideal, but she is only a price figure, so I guess you get what you pay for. Here she is with her base. Now she can stand. With this Homura you get extra face part with interchangeable bangs. You can either display her with black headband or Madoka's ribbon. Her extra face part is more of an extra head part. To change it you need to decapitate her. It's either she is serious or embarrassed. The choice is yours. Also, there is a second version of this figure that was released a month later. It's the same figure except that you get her with her braids and glasses. Of course, her face expression is different. With this line you can collect all of the 5 main girls from the show. Also, I think they did Sayaka so dirty. Homura, Madoka and Mami have special versions. Madoka comes with Kyubey and Mami with Charlotte. Kyoko at least gets a watermelon ball, but Sayaka gets nothing. I guess her LGBT swimsuit is more detailed and her pose is a bit better, but it doesn't seem fair. Here she is with Madoka's ribbon. She definitely looks happier. Now to the second Beach Queen Homura. She was released in 2014. Her box is in the same style as the previous one. It's her second swimsuit version. Here is the left side of the box, right side and the back. With her you get spare hair part. Here is the bottom of the box and the top. And just as with the previous set, they also created the whole set of the main 5. But this time there is no special versions. Also, some of the swimsuits look more detailed than in the previous set. This time Mami doesn't come with Charlotte, but her swimsuit is kinda in Charlotte's color scheme. I personally liked Madoka in the pink swimsuit better. Same with Kyoko, but I'm sure she is happier since she has something to eat this time. And Sayaka is just Sayaka. I don't know if I like her in orange. I guess justice for Sayaka. The base is the same as the previous Beach Queen. It's the same sandy texture. This time she comes with protective plastic around her neck. She's connected to the base with just one foot, but that's enough for her. She seems stable. Now to her spare parts. I assume it's the same mechanism as the previous one. I just can't separate her bangs from her head. I even checked the spare hair part and it should come apart. But I couldn't take it apart no matter what I did. As always, we have to ask a man to help us out. Her bangs come out with glasses and you can take them off, but I would rather just keep them on since that's how I want to display her. You can also see that her braids have some top coat on them. Probably that protective plastic didn't do its job that well. Or they assembled her while the last paint coat was drying. I'm not sure. And we ran into the same issue as before. Her parts are really stuck together. Luckily I managed to remove her hair myself this time. Here she is with loose hair and a ribbon on her bangs. Since her head is kinda on a ball joint, you can move the head a bit. Now to the last figure. I was so confused when she arrived. I know that she is tiny, but her box is so flat. This is the flattest figure box I own. She was released in 2013. I like that they wrote that on the box. She was manufactured by Toyworks, and this is their Nintendo product line. I'm actually really curious how she is packaged. Interesting. I guess we do have some cardboard as protection. And the figure itself is wrapped in some plastic. She kinda reminds me of that tiny Homura that was very unstable. This Homura doesn't come with any of her friends, but in 2015 they released all 5 magical girls in their Nintendo line. This time Homura is with braids and glasses. At the same time they released a similar version of this line with her swimsuit in pink and with Cubey as a ball. And here you can see the rest of the girls. She comes with this tiny clear stand. I wonder if mommy comes with the stand since she is laying down, but probably not. Now let's assemble her. Oh, you can rotate her torso. Wait, does that mean her arms are movable too? They are! Okay, let's put on her head. I didn't know how deep I should push the head in. Should her neck be visible or not? On her box you can't really tell. Maybe it should be visible a little. Removing her torso almost gave me a heart attack. I thought I broke her. So yeah, I can't push her head more in, so I think some neck has to be visible. Let's put her back together. You can also remove her swim skirt. That's pretty cool. Like the rest of her body, you can move her head too. She sure has a lot of possibility for such a tiny Homura. Let's also open this baby right here. She's not summer themed. I don't think there are any swimsuit plushies of Homura, but let's free her regardless. She is super soft. Her hair is this flowy fabric that is stitched to her head. Her outfit is super detailed for this tiny plush keychain. I love that the bow is 3D and not printed on. Same goes for the front of the outfit. She even has a tiny soul gem. Her face is nicely embroidered. I love this face expression on her. She is created by Bushiroad Creative. On the back of the tag it says sales only outside of Japan. Finally something for us outsiders. She is so squishy and cute. Here is a 360 of her. And here are all of the Homuras from today. You can also see their different sizes. So I guess this year's Homura made sure to be in the shade during the season. You can clearly see how light she is. I wish she had at least a bit of a tan. She really looks as pale as a ghost next to the others. First, let's take a closer look at our ghost of the group. Even so, I think this is the best swimsuit version figure of Homura. She's a pretty good size and her dynamic pose is everything. I love the golden necklace around her neck, it complements her well. Her face is super detailed for a prize figure, the eyes have this magical shine in them. I guess that's the face I would make if I'm about to catch a fish. I have never went fishing in my life, by the way. I love the clear bow on her back, it really adds to the swimsuit. But the paintwork is not as magnificent on her. You can see on her bikini top the bow looks rough. Same with her bottoms, the lines are precise except for one spot, but it kinda looks like it was stitched there and the lines didn't align, so it's not that bad. But the edge is horrible. Where did the paint go? Also, like I mentioned before, she has a mold line on her head. The hair itself is just a solid color, no shading, nothing. You can even see the mold lines. It looks cheap. Same with the shield, there is nothing, so it's as plain as it gets. The Cuba itself is cute, but it would be better if they designed the mold line around his face. Shoes are in the same situation as the shield, they are just plain colored with no details. At least there is a pretty purple flower on them. There is the same flower on her head, but it's barely visible. Even though she comes with this many flaws, I would still recommend her. She retailed for around $30, I think that's not a bad price for her. I feel like they prioritized the most important parts on this figure, like her face and colorful swimsuit, which I think was a good idea. Her face is really stunning, not to mention her pose. Now to our beach queens, here is a 360 of the older one with a happy face and a ribbon, and with a serious face with a black headband. Here is the second swimsuit version with loose hair and a ribbon with no glasses. And here is Homura with braids and glasses. I definitely will display this one with glasses. Here is the beach queens side by side. The biggest difference between them is in their heads. In her first version, her head looks like a flipped oval. Basically, it kinda looks like someone bonked her on her head, which is technically loyal to the original art. When Madoka Magica started airing and we got leaks of the characters, all of them had more of a squished head. The show aired in January to March of 2011, while this figure came out towards the end of 2011. I'm sure they tried to replicate the original artwork as much as they could. I don't know how long Wave takes to sculpt a figure, but it could be that they only had a character artwork to work with. Me personally, I like the old designs very much. I don't mind the squished head. But as time goes on, the heads became more and more elongated. But of course it's subjective, they both have a glossy finish in their eyes. Just in the newer version, it's harder to see it because of the glasses. Their bases are exactly the same, no difference there. Unlike the newer one, their skin has some nice pink shading on them. And their toes and fingernails are painted. Both of their swimsuits are nicely painted. The white ribbon on purple looks clean. On the newer one, they use decals for the swimsuit, but it doesn't look bad either. I personally prefer the purple swimsuit. I think it suits her personality more. Their hair is plain black, no shading, but it looks way better than on the 2026 one. If you put it up close, it's a day and night difference. And it's matte, so they definitely get a point for that. Also, since their head is removable, you can switch their heads. And I think that goes for all of the beach queens, so if you have the whole set, you can play dress up. But you can't switch their hair parts. The newer one has the option for both, but if you want to give the old one braids, you can't do that. For that, you have to buy the special version. That also goes for the glasses. The old one has a little dot on her belly. In both of them you can see some color transfer on the back. So when displaying them, make sure that the hair is away from their back. Except that black color transfer, the new one doesn't have any mishaps on her skin. There is some glue left over marks, but you can only see them under direct light. If you have to pick between these two, I recommend the old one because you can see her butt crack. And now to the baby. There is not much to say about her. She retailed for 1,143 Japanese yen and I got her for 1,180, so that's almost the retail price, which is around 10 euros. I'm sure coffee at Starbucks costs more than she does. If you come across her, sure, why not? She's pretty good quality despite being so tiny. She is painted perfectly. I'm very impressed by the details and she is posable. There is no shading on her body, but there is some on the tips of her hair. Her face is super cute and her eyes have a glossy finish. She has a matching outfit with the old Peach Queen, but hers is a bit lighter in color and has a tiny line across her swim skirt. She looks really cute next to her. So if you come by this tiny Homura, make sure to get her. She is seriously worth it. She's cheap, cute and takes no space. So for my final thoughts, from all of the SWIMSUIT Homuras, I definitely recommend the 2026 release. Since she just came out, she will be easy to find in the aftermarket. And she will stand out in your shelf, since she has that new gen look to her. But if you had 3 of them in front of you and you could only take one of them home, then it depends on your taste. Do you like the old face or do you prefer the new one? Do you have a lot of shelf space left or are your figures overflowing? The 2026 one has a huge base, while the 2011 ones are only 1/10 scale. As long as you don't pay scalper prices, they are all worth it. But if you do, I will roast you like a marshmallow on a stick. So the choice is yours. If you had to make a choice, which one would you pick? There is no wrong option, so let me know. I appreciate you sticking with me till the end. Are you enjoying this summer? After I'm done recording, I'm going to dive in a pool, and hopefully you can do the same. If not, then here is a fan to cool you off. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay cool during the summer. And bye bye!